I recognize the member from the P.N. Carleton.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Thank you very much to my colleagues who spoke before me, but most of all, congratulations and thank you to my colleague, Michael Harris from Kitchener-Waterloo, the Kitchener-Conestoga. This is a very important issue. And make no mistake, it is probably the biggest crisis in drugs of our time, not just our generation, of our time. This is the most deadly drug available to man. It is more powerful than morphine and heroin put together. It could kill you the first time you take it. And I think it's important that this is a private member's bill. But I would submit to this Assembly that we need to have a larger discussion as members about this through an emergency debate, because it is hitting each and every one of our constituencies, and it is killing kids as young as 14 years old. And that's why I'm proud to support this. I first started raising the issue of fentanyl in 2012, after there were deaths in my community in Manotick. And I worked with the Royal Ottawa Hospital at the time. We were able to bring a fentanyl opioid resource centre, but it's not enough. Last February, my friend Sean O'Leary wrote an open letter that received international attention. He couldn't take it anymore. His 17-year-old daughter is addicted to fentanyl. He witnessed an overdose in his garage on New Year's Eve. And some of his daughter's friends, they died. We had a number of deaths last fall. Sean created something called We the Parents, to bring parents together to help them facilitate and help kids help themselves. And so I started raising this issue last February after I read his open letter. We hosted a community meeting together, and I've asked him for some very concrete steps from the Liberal government. I do not believe this is a partisan issue. I believe anybody that thinks that should check their partisanship at that door. We have young kids here who are going to high schools and junior highs right across this province. When I met with Sean's daughter and when I met with her friends, I asked them, when did you start taking drugs? One of the girls said she was 10 years old. That scared me. I have a 12-year-old who just started junior high. In our car, because my husband is with the St. John Ambulance, he's the National Capital Chair, he's made sure that each of our cars has an naloxone kit in case we know anybody that's going to need it. And recently, when we dropped our daughter off for a sleepover with some of her friends, my husband looked at her and he said, "Don't take a pill." So to my pages here, you have your whole life in front of you. Don't take a pill. And that's why this bill is important. Yes, it is only one of the tools in the toolbox. We need more information. We need to talk about education and awareness. We need more detox beds. We need more treatment facilities. We need to do so much more. But this is important, and I'll tell you why. Because there is nothing more sinister in life than somebody taking and counterfeiting a pill and lacing it with something that could kill you. I think, and we've had this discussion, perhaps those folks should be charged with manslaughter if there is an overdose death. And that's why we need to have that conversation. But the one before us today is to support banning these pill presses and tougher penalties for those who are that sinister, who will go to Layla Attar from Ottawa and sell her a counterfeit Percocet, knowing that she could have died taking it. And you know what she said to me today? The reason she got off drugs? Very simple reason. She found out that to her drug dealer, all she was $60. $60 for him. And I don't have much more time because I have other colleagues that speak, but I'll leave you with this one parting thing. A young girl in Ottawa who has become addicted to fentanyl through these fake Percocets left her home this summer, and some of the drug dealers tried to traffic her. So when we think about this issue as just a fatality or a possibility of a fatality, or we look at this as some of these criminal issues, it is organized crime, and it is happening here in the great province of Ontario. So I support this bill and every measure that we're taking in this Assembly today.